This is the day the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. Doing some work today out on my deck, rearranging some things on the porch and getting some things fixed up. But, the Lord's been talking to me the last, week or so about communicating about something that I haven't really talked about it for years, and I don't know why. It's for somebody, may not, but if it's for you, then receive it. Used to be that they used to talk a lot about we're going to teach you line upon line and precept upon precept, and that all sounds really good. Doesn't that sound good? We're going to teach you line on line, precept on precept, and it's scriptural. It's in the Bible. Better turn this way. That sun keeps coming down there and putting a glare on there. But it sounds really scriptural. Well, it is. It's scriptural. Taken out of context, but it's scriptural. And if you read it, it's Isaiah 28. You look at verse 12 and 13. It says, because they would not listen, he's going to speak to them line upon line and precept upon precept so that they go stumble and fall backwards. It's not a good thing. Line on line, precept on precept. God speaks to each one of us in different ways. Each one of us has a purpose. You can't do ministry like me. I can't do ministry like you. I can't do ministry like, some of these others. On me, he's got certain people that I will reach. Certain people will hear me talk and go yes, and something will come alive within them. Others, it's like, well, what's with him? Whatever. Thank God he's brought me to a point that I just trust him. It used to really matter to me. It's like somebody said the other day about Trump, how he's more calm this time. It's like he knows what he's got to do. He just does it, and you don't like it, whatever. And he's not as uptight as he was the last administration, the last presidency. That when this time he knows his mandate, he knows what he has to do, he knows how to do it. And I kind of feel the same way, as that you like what I do? Okay, great. Let's fellowship and let's grow. Let's grow in the Lord. If you don't like what I have to say, well, then it's not for you, and that's I'm not gonna lose any sleep over it. I know in the past it used to bother me, and this may be a message for somebody else. If you're young in the Lord, if you're old in the Lord, and this is a little bell going ding, 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 ding. There's one you have to please. It's the Lord. That's who you please. All these others, somebody with an experience is never at the mercy of somebody with an argument. People can argue, well, you need to do it this way. You need to do it. That might be what they do. That might be how they do it. Can you imagine when Elisha told his servant to go tell, what's his name? Had it right there on the tip of my tongue. But anyway, he told him to go dip 7 times in the River Jordan. And, he says, what? Why couldn't I go to the clean rivers in Damascus? Why do I have to go in that dirty water? And his servant said, if he would have told you to do something great, you would have done it. Why not just be clean? Go do what he tells you to do and be clean. I can hear one of the other prophets. Well, I wouldn't have told him that. You should have told him this. You should have told him. But they weren't used. God used Elisha to communicate. It bugs me. I can normally just rip off his name there and just spit it out, and I can't think of his name right now. Anyway, he said, everybody, he's called you. He hasn't called your imitation of Billy Graham or anybody else that you think is a great minister of God. He didn't call them. He called you. He equipped you. He's empowered you. Just do what he tells you to do. And what everybody else says, whatever. I mean, if you're right, you're right. If you're wrong, you're wrong. If you're wrong, he's going to correct you. He's going to say, no, son, that is not what I wanted you to do. Or daughter, that is not what I wanted you to do. You missed it that time, but we're going to get it straightened out. But you got to have that relationship in such a way that you know what he's telling you to do. Just do it. Just do it. Whatever he says unto you to do. What did Mary say to Jesus? He says, hey, and where he told the servants, told them about Jesus, says, whatever he tells you, just do it. Just do it. So be you. This line upon line, precept upon precept, sounds good, but he said that in such a way that it was not a good thing. He didn't say that in a good way. The way he teaches us is moment by moment, and he'll teach you in a way that he won't teach somebody else. And anyway, I don't know. Hopefully that's for somebody. I hope somebody gets something out of this, because I just really sense the Lord saying, say this. And he's been kind of gearing me up for a week or so. And today, while I'm cleaning the porch, he says, are you going to put this out here? He's got his way of getting things across, doesn't he? Anyway, God bless you. May he bless you abundantly and continue to make you a blessing to others.